Hi! Omega Chaos here again with another tech profile. This time I'm showing my Vennominaga Reptile Xyz deck. A really interesting deck I created. I always wanted to make a deck focused around the Vennominaga, the deity of poisonous snakes, but in the past I couldn't really make it a viable deck. I tried everything from worms to aliens, but those decks never really worked out because it didn't really work well with Vennominaga. But this deck is kind of a unique deck. It focuses on many of the good generic reptiles and mostly Mass Chameleon because it's such a good card. It basically focuses on around, of course, someone got Vennominaga, but as well someone got rank 4 Xyz monsters and level 8 Synchros with Mass Chameleon. So let's go over this deck. First is of course the main boss monster you want to bring out. It is still very difficult, but you can bring it out. It's basically a monster you can't get rid of, because of course it gets a 500 attack for each reptile monster in the graveyard, and it can be targeted by or unaffected, and is unaffected by spell trap effects and other effect monsters. And when it discards for battle, you can just banish one reptile from the graveyard to revive it. And in addition, then, if discarded makes battle damage, it gains a Hyper Venom counter. And if there are 3 Hyper Venom counters on discard, you win the duel. So it also has that win condition effect if you just don't kill the opponent with battle damage. So it's definitely a really powerful card if you get this out. Then of course the previous form of Vennominaga Venominion, the king of poisonous snakes. It can place +1 by effect monster's effect, and it also gains 400 attack for each reptile monster in the graveyard. And when it's got successful by your battle set in the graveyard, you can banish one reptile monster, and then you can +1 discard. So it's definitely very necessary, of course, to get out Vennominaga. Because of course Rise of Snake did requires it. So yeah, definitely not a bad card. Then one of the main cards in the deck is Mass Chameleon. It can't do normal summon if you control a level 5 or higher monster. And when it's a normal summon, you can target one monster with 0 defense in your graveyard, +1 that target in face of defense position, and its effects are negated. It cannot +1 any other monsters except from the deck during the turn you activate this effect. So it's really good to make one card rank 4 Xyz monsters and level 8 Synchros. Your 0 defense targets are 2 Photon Thrasher and 3 Goblinberg. Unfortunately, there aren't really any level 4 reptiles with 0 defense. Then another really good reptile is Entermate with Viper. It's not out yet in DCG, it comes out in Duelist Alliance, and its effect is once per turn to either player's main phase. You can target one phase of monster on the field, switch its current attack and defense until the end of the turn. So it's really good. You can also activate it on opponent's turn, and so yeah, it's definitely a really good card. Then a free Alien Shock Trooper. It's a 19 attack beater, which is a reptile, and I run Rescue Rabbit. So definitely not bad in this deck, I think. Then free card Kage, also one of the best generic reptiles. Even normal level 4 monster, you can place one discard from hand, but it can't be used as single material monster. So definitely really good for Xyz summoning once again. Then your non-reptile monsters in the main deck are 2 Photon Thrasher. Of course, lets you make more Xyz monsters, and it has 0 defense, so it works well with Mass Chameleon. And the same with Goblinberg. And then one Rescue Rabbit for Alien Shock Troopers. Now the spells. 2 trading, of course, to get Vennominion to the graveyard if you draw it, because it's not a good card to draw. And you can also search out Vennominion with King of the Fire Imps if you have a trade in your hand. So yeah, so it's not a dead card very often. Then reformat the army of Zerzat, Photon Dasher or Comingberg. 2 minutes Space Typhoon, of course. Dark Hole, that was just the spells. And traps, of course the main trap, Rise of the Snake Deity. When the face-up Vennominion King of Poison X you control is destroyed, except by battle, plus 1/1 Vennominaga, take 2 Poison X from the hand or deck. So of course it's necessary to bring out your Vennominaga. Unfortunately, of course, it's very conditional. You have to, your Vennominion has to be destroyed by card effect pretty much. But yeah, it's definitely I don't run free of this card because I don't want to draw this card very early, because you need to set up your graveyard first and to be able to summon out the Vennominion. Then 2 offering to the Snake Deity, it is basically like a cross attack of the deck. It pretty much you target the reptile monster you control and 2 cards of one controls, destroy all 3 card targets. And of course reptile monster has to be face up. It's not like a cross attack where you tribute the winged beast and it could be face down as well. So then 2 limited reverse, which is one of the main ways to bring out Vennominion. You can target 1 monster with 1000 or less attack in your graveyard, person 1 in attack position. If that target is changed to defense position, destroy it and discard. And when this card leaves field, destroy the turret. When the turret is destroyed, destroy this card. So definitely really good, because the combo is you use this to revive Vennominion from the graveyard. Then in your own turn you change Vennominion to defense. It's automatically destroyed because of the reverse effect. And then you can activate your Rise of Snake Deity to summon out Vennominaga from deck. So that is the main way to summon out your Vennominaga. So it's very important card. The other taps, Swan Morning, Bottomless Trap Hole, Black Horn of Heaven, 2-dimensional prison, because it's really good, of course, nowadays, because of the hands and all that. Then 2 Fence Chain. So that was the main deck. Now the next deck, Hot Red Dragon Archvent, of course, one of the best level 8 Synchros. Stardust Spark Dragon, Scrap Dragon, and Crimson Blader. The Xyz monsters, number 1 of 3 Ragnar Zero, number 1 of Shadow Arc, of course, number 50 Blacks of Corn against the Handsome. Then Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, which is the cover card of the Starter set. Just really good to get over some big monsters, and it becomes really big, huge monster itself. Then one of the main Xyz monsters you're going to bring out, which is King of the Fair Nymphs. It's a reptile, and it's pretty much like a Gigant Cross for reptiles. So it's definitely really good to search out your Mass Chameleons or Goggles, and you can search out even the Vennominion. Then Khaos the Deviant Sky Blaster, which is really good. It has 2 materials to bounce a face-up card on the field to the deck, so it's definitely really powerful, possibly even better than number 1/1. Then use Extra Knight to nuke the field if you have less cards. Lower Chain, pretty important to get Vennominion to the graveyard if you have the other combo cards. And then Dark Harbor for 800 last damage, of course. So this was my Vennominaga Reptile Xyz deck profile. It's definitely a very unique deck. Of course it's not very competitive, because reptiles don't have enough support for that, but it still can be a viable deck against some decks. So I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. For now, goodbye and Khaos out!